this report contains content of a graphic nature.
Zimbabwe's president makes another impassioned plea for tolerance.
Let us please be peaceful in our homes. Let us shame our detractors who think that Zimbabweans cannot solve their problems without violence.
When's your mom?
Those words ring hollow to John Kinnaird. On Wednesday night, 4 youths broke into his farm in Kadoma, southwest of the capital. The attack was frenzied. John Kinnaird needed 14 stitches. His wife needed surgery on her shattered arm. The youths stole cash and cell phones, but Kinnaird is convinced this was no mere robbery. He's the treasurer of the MDCT in Zimbabwe's Midlands North region.
Although there were laptops, there were 2 laptops lying on the floor there. There's no ways that if it was a pure robbery, there was no reason for them to leave those laptops, which they didn't. They left them. They didn't even look at them. They were very young guys. The one man was wearing a ZANU-PF bandana, which I must have grabbed or knocked off in the struggle.
ZANU-PF declines to comment on the claims. But the MDCT has for months been alleging that political violence is rising as Zimbabwe edges towards elections. It claims Robert Mugabe's message of peace is merely a smokescreen, and that John and Jackie Kinnaird are proof of what's really going on in Zimbabwe. Dumalo Mohlaudi, Johannesburg.
Well, some serious allegations there. Let's get you some more on that story. Joining me live on the line now from Harare is Ben Freeth. He's from the SADC Tribunal Watch. Good evening to you, Ben. Thanks for being with us. What evidence is there that this attack was politically motivated?
Well, John and Jackie have been very involved with the Movement for Democratic Change right away from its inception. And John is the treasurer for Movement for Democratic Change in Midlands North. He has been involved a lot with victims of political violence in the past. And the youths that came into his house were armed. They were wearing some of the ZANU-PF regalia. And in fact, one of the headbands that was left in the house after the attack was a ZANU-PF headband. They didn't say that they were from ZANU-PF, but the implications are that they were, and certainly John and Jackie felt that they were, it was definitely a political attack.
Now, Ben, for months now, the MDC has been claiming there's been an increase in political violence. What have you yourself seen?
Well, undoubtedly, we are moving towards election mode. We have seen in the past that whenever ZANU-PF starts to talk about peace, it generally means that war is on its way. And they are preaching peace at the moment, but on the ground, it's actually very different. We seeing an upsurge in political meetings, particularly in the rural areas, where people are being intimidated, where people are being pushed out of their homes in some of the rural areas. There is definitely an upsurge in the intimidation program, and I think as we go into next year, we will see it stepping up another gear.
And when you speak of another gear, are you concerned that there could be a very significant outbreak of physical violence?
Well, absolutely. Before every election in the past, we look back to 2008, 2005, 2002, 2000. Every single one of those elections has been extremely violent. The last one in 2008 being the worst of all. And we realize that ZANU-PF is clinging on. It wants to retain everything that it has got at all costs. And with diamonds and other mineral resources that they've got control of at the moment, they've got a lot to lose. and they will pull out all the stops, I believe, to try to make sure that they do not lose power, that they retain power, and if it means that the people will suffer through this time, then that's what's going to happen, I believe.
All right, Ben, many thanks for joining us. We'll leave it there. That was Ben Frith live on the line from Harare. On to Nigeria now. Islam